It was a very, very scary night.
Everyone's turning their cars off to preserve gas. The deafening silence was absolutely terrifying. I left Area Command around 10:15 or 10:30.
So I left there about 11:30.
Around 4 o'clock that afternoon, I finally made it to I-65.
At about 3:30, I thought, man, I hadn't gotten but 500 feet. Parked my car, walked about 3 miles down this area just looking for hotels. I thought I could find one that I could get a room. All was closed.
And began looking at the hotel signs and calling all of them to see if they have a room. And this is the only one that I could find that had a space.
My wife at the same time was looking for a place for me to go, and so she found this place, the Rec Center here in Homewood.
I decided then that I'd talk with Miss Angie, who's the hotel manager. I just talked with her and said, look, how many people are you going to have tonight? And she said, 100% it's going to be a full house.
There's a lady who was sitting here, one who was sleeping here, and I put my mat here, and this was my pillow. There were a bunch of kids, parents playing around, sitting around. I heard some parents talking about being hungry, not having any food. Called my boss, and we all discussed what we could do. And from there, I went to the next door and bought pizza and drinks and food, and just brought it back over here.
Because this hotel doesn't have a restaurant and it's not a full-service breakfast, there's not a main kitchen here. And I knew I could run over to Walmart and get a Dutch oven and be able to just heat everything in that, just like a crock pot. It was good. We had beef stew, and we had a lot of bread and cookies and some very much needed bottled water. If I have the opportunity with a completely captive audience, literally, to show the love of Jesus, I wouldn't be living my commission. I wouldn't be living my calling if I didn't go do it.
Initially, I was questioning, why was I stranded? I mean, that was just strange. Never been stranded before. And then once I got in here and I walked around and looked, and it kind of hit me. God put me here. And so I asked the question, why? Why did he place me here? And it was to help out as best that we could. It was just second nature to serve. You know, I saw a need. I know what we do every day. I know what we could have done that night and did do. And so I just jumped into action.